What's up, Airsofters? I'm Manlight Airsoft, and we are going to be doing a Airsoft review of the new Novritsch Ssr77. And here we are, guys. Here is the Novritsch Ssr77. I do want to apologise. I don't have a proper gun stand, so we are unfortunately using my bed. But hopefully in the future I'll be able to get one. But as you can see, it is a 1-to-1 replica of the Ssr AUG A1 from 1977. The gun was often used in the, I think, Austrian military, and I think also the Australian as well. But yeah, let's go into a bit more details of the gun. So it being a 1-to-1 replica, it of course has its bolts in the same position, its sling bolt in the same position. Everything you see here is a 1-to-1 scale. And I just want to say I'm very impressed with the quality from Novritsch. This feels like a proper, real heavyweight gun. My Snow Wolf or Red Wolf AUG A1, it was a bit flimsy and it felt very fake. Like, it didn't feel like the real deal. But I can safely say that the Novritsch one definitely holds up to the original. So here we've got the mag from the AUG, and it's a very nice light piece, and it just slips out like that. And these are mid caps, so you'll have to wind them in. The Snow Wolf AUG mags don't fit in, unfortunately, so you can't use the high capper ones. But I bought 6, so I think I'll be all right for now. Here is the bolt that keeps the gun locked in with this front bit here. That can come out. I'm not going to take it out right now. I might take it out in just a second. But that piece keeps the gun in. And if you come on the other side, there's a bolt that flicks inwards, and that also releases this middle section here. So if we flip it back on this side, as you can see, the Novritsch Ssr77A1 logo, or the gun name, is there, along with a little, I guess, ID code. I don't really know what that is. And here is the barrel and the handle. So the handle here can adjust like so. You just pull it forwards. Oh, I'm trying with one hand, and you flick it like that. And you can position it in the middle, I suppose, but these two positions here are the set positions, so they're probably the best way to have them in. The barrel can come off. I can just take that off now, I think, if it wants. I did unfortunately not buy the shorter barrel option. I do kind of wish I did, because I play CQB, but I will explain a reason why later, why CQB with this gun might not be for you. So there we go, the barrel's come off. You can take this bit off here, but it's on a bit tight and I can't get it off right now, and I don't have anything with me to take it off. But the gun basically would look like that. Imagine, ignore this bit here, and it's a very short barrel. Yes, you do have to replace this bit when you do it. Again, unfortunately I didn't buy that bit, but yeah, that's the barrel. Here next is the scope, and as you can see, it's a very nicely put together scope, all built in. And you have its 3 main dials here, here, and here on top sides and the bottom. And it does have the original AUG A1 donut crosshair, which is quite nice. And it even has this little flicky bit here, which is, I don't know the name of. Now for the other side, which is obviously the same somewhat. We have the handle here, which pushes back, and you can lock that into position. And what that actually does is that reveals the hopper system inside of the gun in the buttstock. So as you can see, it can stay there, so you can adjust the hopper, and it just goes back like so. Here again is the button switch to release the 2 parts of the gun, and that is also very nicely detailed with its ridges, as you can see, which is quite an interesting detail. Over here again is the handle and the mag release, and I've already put on the sling just because it goes with the gun perfectly, as you can see. Another note to mention here is that this rectangular hole here is where the original gun had its bullets eject out of the casings. And if you look on the top, you can see that this side here has a little rubber plate on it, and what that can do is go on this side or this side. And on the original gun, depending if you were left or right-handed, you'd be able to switch sides where the bullet casings would come out of, which is why one side is probably open, one side is probably shut. But you can also put this little rubber plate here and look at the hopper from the other side. And yeah, that's just a very nice, interesting detail that Novritsch has put in. And lastly, for the back of the gun is the buttstock rubber cover, which puts Novritsch. Here's the back of the gun where the battery goes, and it has a little hole just there, well, that little screw hole. That is where the spring goes, so you can change the spring at any time. And we'll go into the chrono, aiming, and all of that jazz in just a second. So here we are with the SSR77 in my hands, and it's a very nice feeling gun. It's got the nice inbuilt scope, which is quite good for a starter rifle, I would say. And as you can tell, it's also a bullpup rifle, which means the mag goes in the back. I'll just demonstrate how that works. So, run out of bullets, button, pocket, next one, in, and you can carry on firing. The lever action is very nice. As you can see, this is its main position, or it can also extend into the default position. You can have it in between, but it doesn't seem to set as it wiggles. So I find that this position, or this position, is the best way to hold it. It's also to note that obviously this is a very weak point, so it's best not to put any stress like pulling it back or pushing it forward, as that could damage the pieces of metal inside. I did have that happen to my old one from Red Wolf. But obviously this could be different with this gun, but it is a weak point. Here we have the old A1 case ejector. Obviously it's an airsoft gun, so it's not going to be ejecting anything. But the idea is that in the military, you could choose which side the casings will come out of, and you could put the plates in there. I should have it this side, so technically it should go that way, but I haven't done it yet. And it's just a very nice gun to feel. It does come with a sling if you choose the option to have it. I do recommend it, as if you adjust it right, it can sit nicely just like that, or just like pointing down. It doesn't hit anything, it does stay quite close to you, so I would recommend that. So I would say it is quite a nice to start again. And you know, you certainly put where your money is, because it's a very good quality gun. And what's nice, it comes with a scope. So not many guns come with a scope standard. They usually just have iron sights, but this one does have a working scope that can adjust. And yeah, so very nice. Another thing I want to mention about the scope, that the scope isn't the original Orgo 1 Donut of Death. This is a very minor detail that probably wasn't thought about much. I'm not sure. I'm not really complaining much. It's just I'm very nitpicky, but I'm not bothered. It is a very nice gun altogether, and the scope is very clear and accurate as well. The last thing I have to mention about this gun is the cons, because when there's pros, there's also cons. And to be honest, I don't have many cons with this gun. It's a very well put together gun. The only thing I can really think of is sometimes the BBs do get stuck inside of the buttstock. Now I haven't been able to figure out the solution to this, and it also happened to my old AUG up there. I don't know whether it's the same design, so somehow they've also had the same flaws, but it isn't much of an issue. I think what happens is sometimes the BB just gets stuck into the back of here, as it is kind of open. I can't really see what's in there, but I think it's quite open. But you can also just shake it out and it comes out either the back or down here again. Not many do fit in, so I'm guessing it is a small issue. But again, that's really the only complaint I have about this gun. There's not much else to complain about. So now I'm going to quickly show you how to take apart the gun. To take apart the front barrel, which is the same how you put it in when it comes out the box, you have to twist it in, and I can't seem to get it out, and I'm scared I'm actually going to damage the gun if I try and yank it out. So I'm not going to show that, but I can show that this back bolt here, by pushing it through, I think either side works, that can come out, and what that then does is it splits the gun in half. And what this now reveals is the hopper and the spring here to push it back. This spring here pushes this back, which then moves this grey bit here. And then that's how you see the hopper through the hole here. And as you can see, it's very nice and shiny, very nice looking hopper. And the same as on the other side, there's no difference. Okay guys, so now we're going to test out the chrono. It said on the website it was just under 1 joule, so we're just going to test that. So yeah, it's it's just under 1 joule. So yeah, I guess that's pretty true to the website. So now to show off the full auto feature. So with the SSR77, it has a single shot, and then with the full trigger, it is a full auto gun. So I'll show you like this, so that's full auto, single shot, full auto. So when it's held all the way down, it does go full auto. This is a bit of an issue if you're playing specifically with CQB sights, because obviously in the heat of the moment, you could just go like full, and then boom, you're not supposed to do that. So it is quite an interesting design how it's single shot. I personally do like the Red Wolf, Snow Wolf, or Red Wolf, I don't know what it is, version where it has a middle mode, which is single. But unfortunately this one doesn't have it. But nonetheless, it is a really good gun. It's a very interesting feature. So I guess it does make the gun quite unique, so yeah. Hey guys, so in this little clip here, I'm just testing out the aiming, or the accuracy, as you may say. And I do want to say, because it was fresh out the box, I didn't adjust the hopper at all, because I wanted to see how accurate it was standard. So I was keeping the gun as still as possible, trying to aim, and I did see it kind of veered off to the left and the right every now and then. But I think you could sum that down to the hopper not being adjusted yet, and it hasn't been tampered with at all. So there's always, you could always change that when you buy yours. Also, I also want to say I was only aiming for the top 3, so I wasn't missing the bottom 2. So just in case anyone was thinking. But yeah, the hopper could always be adjusted, as I've shown you in the video. So do keep that in mind when you get yours. And that, guys, is the SSR77 Novritsch review. I hope you guys liked the video. This is my second video on the channel. I just want to say big thanks to everyone who has commented, liked, and subscribed on the first video. I wasn't expecting that video to somewhat blow up. It's very thrilling. But it's a big thanks to everyone who has joined the community. I do appreciate it, and I hope I can give you more reviews on guns in the future. If you guys would like to comment on if you'd like to see more details of the guns behind me, do say so. I wouldn't mind going into detail a bit more about specific guns in my collection, as I don't have much more coming in right now regarding guns to review on. So yeah, a big thanks to everyone. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. See you guys.